Hello, JJ here from 22 Explosive Hits. Coming at you. I just have some more stuff I'd like to show off. I'm kind of spreading it out. I kind of collected a few things while I was working on other little projects. Oh, my head is round there. Let's put it like that. Okay, a little more comfortable. There we go. All right. So I want to thank you all for watching. Just want to go over some half-price books finds, one Amazon find, and two Target finds this week. Just wanted to go over one. The first one I have is these are CDs I found. They're pretty cool. This is Jerry Garcia and David Grissom. People may not know, but these two had a really cool folk collaboration. For a long time, there's actually another movie. There's a movie made about this called Grateful Dog, which David Grissom's daughter did a documentary. Do recommend if you're a Dead fan, you will love it. Do you really see Jerry in true form? Great movie. I really enjoyed every minute of it. This one has The Thrill Is Gone, Grateful Dog, Two Soldiers, Friend of the Devil, which is a Grateful Dead classic. Walk-in Boss, Rockin' Chair, sorry, or Rockin' Chair, whatever you want to call it. No problem. Arcadia, Ariba. Okay, I might need to check my prescription on my glasses. So pretty cool CD. Looking forward to jamming with this one right here. And listen when I want to mellow out a little bit and have some folk. Recommend it. I'm gonna check it out, but I've heard other stuff with this one, so I do recommend it. Okay, another one for my metal friends out there that I picked up that I love is the Ozzy Osbourne Randy Rhoads tribute. This one has, I don't know, Crazy Train, Believer, Mr. Crawley, Flying High Again. That Randy Rhoads tribute record, classic. I did have this in vinyl in the 80s. Now I do have the CD. Hopefully me and the vinyl can meet again at some point. But at this point, I have this to listen to and to show off on my channel. I'm excited. Here's one right here. The next one is the Ramones. Picked up some loud, fast Ramones. They're tough hits. This is everything on it from the Blitzkrieg Bop, Judy is a Punk, Commando, Psychotherapy, Outsider, the Crusher. Just has lots of great stuff on it. I love their stuff. I always did. I always loved their attitude. I loved everything about them. They were great. People may remember them. They used to be on Howard Stern, Channel 9. They were even on with what was his name? Morton Downey Jr. show back in the late 80s, early 90s. They were on there all the time, and they just were real, and I loved it. I thought they were great. People say whatever, they were who they were, and I admit, I saw on the YouTube channel the gravesite. Pretty cool, I think, for a gravesite. If I want a gravesite to be buried, that's what I want it to look like. And then, of course, this one, Melinda mentioned this one on her channel, so I gotta check this out to see if I like it or not. It's Nevermind the Bollocks by the Sex Pistols. I do remember, so I don't know if this is true or not because it was a made-for-TV movie, but there's that really cheesy John and Yoko film out there that was made for network TV. It really wasn't that great of a Beatles film at all. People just watched it. I think it was something to do with John Lennon. It came out in like the mid '80s. But there was a scene in there where Julian Lennon was actually mentioning, I don't know if this is true or how this came about, he was mentioning, I think, Sex Pistols and other bands to John, and he was like, he didn't understand what the heck Julian was talking about. I don't know, I think John was probably more versed in that, in my opinion, because he was into the club scene and he was into things like that, but who knows? But that was actually, I do remember that scene in the movie. Again, I'm not saying it's true or it was a made-for-TV scene. Another one I have out there is I had it picked up was I'd like to get this one on vinyl, but I'm seeing it kind of pricey right now. Is Nine Inch Nails Downward Spiral? Great recording. Just raw talent. I love Nine Inch Nails. They have some really good stuff out there. A true story actually though. The song Closer. I went to go see back in the '90s. I saw Batman Forever at the drive-in. We had a drive-in movie at that time, and I think it was a double feature with Lethal Weapon 2 and Batman Forever. No, Batman Returns. Excuse me, Batman Returns and Lethal Weapon 3. That's what it was. And wait, fast forward, stop, rewind, play this actually. Okay, it was Lethal Weapon. I don't think it was Lethal Weapon, but it was Batman Forever. No, it was Batman Forever and Jim Carrey film Dumb and Dumber. That's it. It was Dumb and Dumber and Batman Forever. So it was like a Jim Carrey double feature. And I hadn't seen Batman Forever, but I knew it had a kind of a different soundtrack. It had like U2, had Seal. I was like, oh, this is pretty neat. And so what happened was is that the movie ended and they started rolling the credits. And I think it started with the song, the U2 song, "Touch Me, Thrill Me," whatever that one is. But someone in the booth had changed the radio station. I didn't know it. I remember being like, "Oh my God, Nine Inch Nails is on the soundtrack. Oh my God, they're playing Closer for a Batman movie. This rocks." Well, I found out very soon afterwards that I was disappointed. It was actually someone that changed the radio station, so my FM dial was picking up. I thought it was picking up the music from the credits. It was actually picking up some music that some guy who wanted to listen to Nine Inch Nails in the projection booth was actually doing. That's my Nine Inch Nails story. But yeah, I mean, I love this. Recommend it for anybody. Just raw metal. It's rock, punk, whatever you want to call it. It's just raw stuff. I like it when bands out there willing to take those risks. I think for this band, it just really paid off. Okay, the next one was an Amazon find that I have. It's added to my. I'm trying to get Billy Joel on vinyl. I was late to the party when I got back into vinyl, and so he had been re-released in a 180 gram and new reissues and stuff. But I missed out on a lot of them, and I'm seeing the prices for these things being steep. I'm expecting a Concepts or Koyept in Russian, the Red Album. I'm also expecting a copy of Greatest Hits 1 and 2. Hopefully it's decent as well, because that has two really cool tracks on there, While the Night is Still Young and You're Only Human. I love the video, and I love While the Night is Still Young. I think it's one of his greatest songs he ever did. However, this has a nice gatefold on it with all the lyrics. People might know this record as having his biggest hits are Los Angelios, that's on the Greatest Hits album. Root Beer Rag, I've heard that played still to this day in plenty of podcasts, radio shows, campus radio shows. It's like, because it's just a quick little rag instrumental that he did. The Entertainer, his stab at where he felt at that moment with the music business and where he stood. I think it's a pretty cool cool song. And then this has his classic on here, Souvenir on the back here, the picture of him. Has Souvenir, which tells you who saw him in tour up until I believe it was '86 tour for the Bridge. And he stopped on the Stormfront tour, but he was doing Souvenir as like his final song for the longest time. That was how he would, kind of like you knew even after the encores and everything, you knew the show was over once you heard the real riff of Souvenir. That was always the end of the show. And that's from this album. It's a quick 2-minute song. I remember I used it once. I had Billy Joel mixtapes galore that I would listen to on the train from New York to Milwaukee, so I could, from coming from LIU, I would take the train that long distance, and I'd play these cassette mixtapes. It was always funny. I always had that dead air on the end because you couldn't fit a song, and it was always cool because it was a shorter song, and I could sit on the end of all those tapes. So, okay, this is the next one, and I have two more, or I no, a bunch more. Never mind, I forget two more. I have Prince Purple Rain sealed. Got this for $14 at Half Price Books. Great deal, great record. Sad what happened to him, another tragedy of drugs. But he was still talented. And I remember this album coming out and hearing Let's Go Crazy. I remember giggling to Darling Nikki with my friends because we were in middle school. And she talks about masturbating to a magazine. And you were just like, but it's also one of the lyrics. I started Tipper Gore on her whole tirade about parental advisory labels. So, a little fun fact for you there. She heard that her daughter had this record, and she wanted to get on that bandwagon, which, as we all know, Dee Snider was not for that, and I'm still not for it to this day. I don't think that's needed for records as much. A big believer that there's two knobs on a radio. There's a volume button, and there's a station changer button, and you can turn the volume down or off, and you can also change the station, whichever one you want to do. But that's my rant on that one, but still a great soundtrack with Prince and the Revolution. I also picked up at Half Price Books a copy of Piano Man by Billy Joel to add to my Billy Joel vinyl collection. Actually, the vinyl in this one looks really good from what I can tell, but I love this album from start to finish. He had a hard time getting it made because he had that other contract for the Cold Spring Harbor, and he actually had to tour around as a different name for a while so that he wouldn't have to have that record and wait out his record contract. But yeah, this has, of course, Captain Jack, of course, Piano Man. Um, I love the song Traveling Prayer. Recommend it if you're not a big Billy fan. And Somewhere Along the Line is a really good tune. The only one in this cut of this one that I still can't get into, and I'm a huge Billy fan, is Ballad of Billy the Kid. As long as when you listen to an artist and you're kind of like, what were you thinking? And so that's kind of my Billy Joel, what were you thinking? Is Ballad of Billy the Kid, I don't get it. People love it. I know. I've even had bootlegs of it, everything else, but I don't get that into it. And I got two more from my favorite store, Target, today. I had a discount coupon and a gift card, so I decided to spend it on some vinyl. I got some hip hop. I got Eminem Curtain Call. This has on there Sing for the Moment, which is one of my favorites ones by him. Little Toy Soldiers, The Real Slim Shady, just some fun raw stuff. When he came to the rap scene, he just hit it hard, and it was great. He brought a new, fresh sound, and everybody was sounding the same. He brought a unique flair, I thought, to rap music and to everything. It was really cool. And last but not least is just a revival. I'm not going to go into this one too detail. We all know this record. Just an addition to my collection. Finally a better copy. I found it new, reissued. I've been trying to look for one, and every one I've found has been in a bargain bin and beat up and killed, and it's just a fun. I remember getting on the dance floor with my friends when we were little. The girls would split off one side, guys would split on the other, and we would sing the Paradise by the Dashboard Light. I just can't get that out of my mind. And Meatloaf is just awesome. He was also in Rocky Horror Picture Show, where he made his debut as Meatloaf. Incredible movie. I mean, not a cinematic, it's just cult classic. So, anyways, those are my picks. That my latest treasures that I have. If you have any comments, please comment below. I just want to remind the vinyl community that my suggestion is that we bring each other up and not bring each other down. Have a great day.